In general, studies show a mother's academic achievement is the best predictor of her child's achievement. But in school, according to both research and common sense, nothing matters more to student achievement than a caring and competent teacher.
And we're going to practice our listening skills. What does that look like?
Teachers are people who understand children.
I'm glad you know this, Mano. This is an important thing to know.
The teacher's there with the child. No one can make a decision about that child's learning better than the teacher who's right there spending every day with that child.
Yeah, I'm sure I timed you guys. And you know what's interesting about that? You did the same amount of work in the sense that you found the answer, but you work smarter.
And that's ultimately what it boils down to. It's student outcome.
I think students at first could be frustrated with me having such high expectations. But everything in teaching and learning takes a lot of time. So I think it just takes time for them to realize that they are able to figure things out on their own.
We want students to be not just making the academic progress, which is just a given, that's what we're aiming for.
So it really only took me 2 steps, but I just had to figure out, solve the problem.
Is that even less work? Yeah. So that's 3 times. This is what you did in your head 3 times.
So we pay close attention to assessment data, rubric data, report card data. We know our students showing demonstrated evidence that they're continually moving forward.
Keep going.
Academically
Just keep
and
going.
in terms of demonstrating school values.
My dreams are, I want to go to college. I want to go all the way to college. I want to,
That's what makes our kids successful. Because, when they're finally at those testing levels.
The richness of the mentoring and the whole curriculum that comes with intergenerational makes the teachers not have to teach to the test. Those skills come from the richness of the curriculum.
We know that if people think that their success depends on external factors, they act in a different way than if they believe their success depends on internal factors. There's a lot of teaching that takes place in schools without regard to the learner. I've seen teachers that could be given that exact lesson without anyone in front of them, and they would just be able to plow right on. But the type of teaching that we do here is responsive to the learner.
You have to be flexible, and I think that's where the craft comes in. It's not rigid, it's dynamic, it's messy. Teaching is messy. Just to make learning come alive.
Oh, I thought it was right there.
I'm passionate about this, so let us study that. Let's write about it, let's read about it. Let's do math about it.
What is it, Kayla?
TIS is a place that really focuses on getting the students to have those light bulb aha moments and to pull out everything they have inside of them so that they will learn.
We don't let them move on to that next thing until you have it.
Hold on. What's that?
And until we know that light bulb went off, that child finally got it. The moment comes when they can do it themselves without me telling them what to do. To me, that's the aha moment. When an aha moment occurs, my role fundamentally for me when I see these moments is that I am purely on the sidelines like a coach. And the child feels that, oh my gosh, I got it. Not, oh my goodness, you taught me this. The coach takes every child and tries to push them a little further. That's what a coach does. And I think a good teacher does the same
You
thing.
guys are paying taxes because they're telling you to. Did you do the one in the middle?
Yeah.
Where is it?
I put the area.
Okay.
each child is basically challenged at all times, but only on their level. Their depth of their learning is individual, and every child has the opportunity to learn at their own rate.
Other things, we do reflections.
To learn for life, we want to do authentic things.
You guys write notes to each other all the time and you think I don't notice?
And the more you make school the way it is in life,
Don't waste your writing time on something blah that you don't even care about. I make you write an essay or a business letter or a narrative or response to literature, but you can choose the topics.
The learning that feels boring is learning that you feel like, I don't have any connection to this, I don't know why it's important, I really just don't want to be here and do this.
And it was an opinion page from the Plain Dealer, and then I said, you guys could write on what you think a school should be like. Here's the government deciding this is what school should look like, and you guys are the students, and your voices aren't being heard. But they're not being heard because no one's stopping you. They're not being heard because you are actually not even writing to people, talking about people. Make your voices heard. So what we're going to do
How
is
can
something a little
I
different.
encourage students to go in a different direction with their learning?
First you liked the Magic Tree House when you were little, and now you don't. And what changed? Wouldn't that be an interesting response to literature?
How can I make it more authentic?
So you have to be careful that you don't cut into that nerve. Position and course of the
How can I make it
nerve.
more about the student?
Intermuscular.
I don't think I like no books. I think I like all books.
Do you like all books?
Yes, I do. I think I do.
Real life matters at TIS. And TIS teachers make clear to their students that reading really matters too.
Because we don't want it to be too easy. Yeah, we don't want it to be too hard either. You know what, Lena? I think this is going to be just right for you.
For once mastered, reading leads to competence in the other content areas and in life beyond school.
In Western Pennsylvania to force out the French.
Reading good books aloud to children is the best way to get them engaged and excited.
Browsing the hand went for a walk across the yard. Around the pond. Over the haystack. We all past the mill.
We don't want to teach you to read. We want to teach you to be a reader.
Goodbye, see ya.
Teaching elementary children is the hardest thing that I've ever done. It's not for the faint of heart. It's plan, teach something, closely observe, and not just kind of from afar, but what did this student do? How did this student respond? What might have been going on in their head?
Everyone come up here.
You can't teach someone to be a learner if you aren't really a learner in your heart of hearts.
I became a teacher because I love to learn. I really love to learn.
And it's someone who really is excited about a place where everyone learns from everyone else.
And I said that this afternoon to my class because a student noticed something in a book that we were reading that I've never noticed before. What do you see, Bishop? And there was something else important that you said you saw.
Apples.
And I told him, you know, that's why I like being a teacher, because you help me to learn new things also. Oh, you thought that the fence was going to